I think what makes Singapore a great city is the way it's, in a way, at the sort of cutting edge of directions that many cities are going in. Firstly, it's really multicultural, and that makes it really interesting and exciting. The second one is it's a city that's reached its limits. So in terms of our area of interest, it's something that has to solve a lot of problems that other cities are going to come up against in maybe 20 or 50 years. And I think that limit has also created this condition of density and vibrance, which has made it a really interesting city to live in.
I think what is also interesting about Singapore at the moment is that I think the learning process for Singapore has been ongoing for the last 50 years. We have lots of people always going overseas to learn and to try and emulate overseas. But I think now they are coming to realize that Singapore is on the edge, and that there is so much we can learn, but we really need to start thinking of the right solutions, the right climatic solutions, strategies for Singapore, which is now are going to be very important for us, because we had, like what Richard said, we have reached the limit, and that from now onwards, really we need to start thinking about what's the right solution for us, the right strategy for us.
I've got a couple of favourite places, but surprisingly they're not buildings, but outside places. So one is the East Coast Park. I love riding my bike there on a Sunday morning, and I think it's one of the really actually vibrant places of Singapore, where there's all different kinds of people from different walks of life. People camping, people fishing, people just enjoying the outside, doing Tai Chi, windsurfing, and it runs the whole eastern stretch of Singapore. So I think it's a really amazing, successful and popular space that's really great to spend time in.
I guess for me really it's the green spaces that we have. Botanic Gardens being one of them. The others are like I think it's as simple as just the trees along East Coast Highway. You know, coming back, seeing all those greenery. That's something I think really makes Singapore. And I can't imagine Singapore without greenery and without trees. So I think for me that's really special, and that really it's the legacy of, I think, Lee Kuan Yew, and that we actually have such a green city.
So Singapore 2050 was a bit of a thought experiment into where Singapore might go in the future. So the various parts of the master plan were not really designed as a realistic master plan, but we divided the island into quadrants where we tested some different ideas. Jurong Plantations, for instance, says, well, since we have no space, and if we want to be food secure, we need to use the roofs of buildings for farming. So why not combine the industrial heart with an agricultural heart and have an entire layer of farming on top of all the factories. We also had the Bay of Tides, which looked at tidal energy, which is something that I think we haven't explored in Singapore, but has a lot of potential. And the East Coast Parklands was a sort of recreational, but also agricultural and residential area. And all these solutions that we did involve creating a dike around the exterior of Singapore, so the whole of Singapore was made flood-proof against rising sea levels.
And I think that highlights the kind of situation that Singapore might be in, the precarious situation that we might lose a lot of land. And I think it's important for us because it's a thought process that we as architects and city planners need to go through to ensure the survival of Singapore. What really is quite important for us is that Singapore could be a prototype for megacities. And I think one of the points that we have been now making is that megacities are here to stay. But the fact that megacities keep growing larger sideways is not the practical solution, or not the sustainable solution, but it's how we can actually make it compact and more efficient. And because Singapore is a limited land area, we have no choice but to be more compact and more sustainable in that direction.